I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bakar Kodash for giving me the spirit to do this video. I hope all you Akim out there are having a good day of atonement and really meditating on things you need to change, things you need to repent from in general, you know. And one of the things that helps you overcome things, you know, is faith. That's the main thing. Really, that's the centerpiece to overcome things that you feel that are holding you back. Okay? Faith, faith, faith. It's important to zone in on faith, man. It's very, very important. So I got some scriptures to go through on faith and really to exhort you, Akim, all around the world so you can overcome things that are in your way. All right? First scripture we're going to start at is Mark chapter 11, verse 23. For verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed. Now a mountain is big, right? Think about it. A mountain is huge, which is why in 2nd Esdras, I think it's 13th chapter, it symbolically talks about the chariot of the Lord. Okay, the Esdras saw was so huge that he compared it to a mountain. So in this scripture, a mountain represents anything that's a challenge, really, to the average person's mind, because they don't have Yahweh Shem Shai. They don't have that faith and that hope. Who can they call on besides themselves? So to them, it seems impossible. But to them that believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, it's not impossible. So let's read from the top again. For verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Right. Shall not doubt in his heart. You see that? So if we don't doubt, man, think about that, man. If we don't doubt, do you know how many things we can overcome? The answer is anything. Anything. Just by not doubting in our heart, in our minds. That's very, very important, man. Moving forward. That's very, very important because you're going to be able to overcome anything. Okay? Just by believing. Simple believing, man. It can be done if you apply your mind to this. You have to zone in on it, man, and take a hold of it. Okay? It says he shall have whatsoever he saith. That's power, man. Big time. From there, let's go to Mark chapter 9, starting at verse 17. And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which have a dumb spirit. Basically, a demonic spirit, man. A retarded demonic spirit. And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and he foameth, and gnasheth with his teeth, and pineth away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not. And they couldn't cast him out because what? Because of their unbelief. Okay, which I'm going to read in a minute. All right? Because of their unbelief. Now check out Yahushua's response in verse 19. He answered him and said, O faithless generation, O faithless generation. This is Yahushua at his mouth on the scene saying this. Okay? How long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me. And they brought him unto him. And when he saw him, straightway the spirit tear him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. And he asked his father, How long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, Of a child. And oftentimes he cast him into the fire and into the waters to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Yahushua said to him, If thou can believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Right. Did that change? No, it didn't. That never changed. All the way to now, man. Okay? You believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is supping with you. He's supping with us. You believe that the body of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is on the earth working. Well, it still applies now. Everything is written for our learning. So let's read that again, verse 23. Yahushua said unto him, If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief. Meaning he wanted to get better. He wanted to believe more. He wanted to believe on another level. He didn't want to doubt. In other words, help my doubting that I may have. Okay? Because he understood the power. When Yahushua said that to him, he understood like, okay, dang. If I just believe and don't doubt at all, anything is possible unto me. That is very, very crucial for your life in this truth. Walking in the shadow of death in the valley, man. Think about that. Chew on that. Verse 25. And when Yahushua saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him, enter no more into him. And the spirit cried and rent him sore and came out of him. Because the spirit had no choice, man. That demon had no choice. Because that demon got a boss. All right? And he was as one dead, insomuch that many said he is dead. Woo! That proves that it was a powerful demon, man. But Yahushua took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, Why could not we cast him out? And he said unto them, This kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. By prayer and fasting. Why is that? Because the disciples wasn't ready. They wasn't ready to do this, man. So because they wasn't ready to do it, that individual had to pray and fast that particular demon out, man. Okay? Because Yahushua told the disciples, okay, I think it's another chapter, which I think I'm going to get in a second. He told them because of your unbelief. So it's because their unbelief, meaning the disciples could have cast that demon out, but their unbelief stopped that process. So now that individual has to do it himself. Okay, from there, let's go to Mark chapter 5, starting verse 22. And behold, there come one of the rulers of the synagogues, Jairus by name, and when he saw him, he fell at his feet and besought him greatly, saying, My little daughter, he fell at Yahushua's feet. My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. And Yahushua went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years. So think about this. This is on the way of Yahushua going somewhere else, okay, to perform a miracle. And on his way, that's when you start at verse 25. So let's start back at verse 25. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse, when she had heard of Yahushua, came in the press behind, and touched his garment. For she said, If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Yahushua, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, Who touched my clothes? And his disciples said unto him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? And he looked round about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague. Thy faith hath made thee whole, man. I love reading this because this is a woman, man. Okay? This is a woman. So what's your problem? What's my problem? What's any of our problems, man? Think about that. Dealing with a blood issue for 12 years, man. And she got rid of it just because she believed she could. Okay? Through Yahushua, man. Think about that, man. Through his name, by touching him. That's him. His name. Do we not believe in Yahushua, the name? Do we not believe in the power of the name? We got to use it, man, on another level, man. We're going to be in trouble, man. I'm just saying it like that. We got to use it on another level, or we're going to be in trouble, man. Verse 35. While he yet spoke, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house certain which said, Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? As soon as Yahushua heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe. Be not afraid, but only believe. And that's why I titled this lesson that. Only believe. Be not afraid, but only believe. Think about if you travel through your day every day with only believing. Think about how much profit that would bring to your life by walking that way. You talk about walking in the spirit, that's walking in the spirit, man. Okay? That's walking in the spirit. Because you fully trust Yahushua. And when you fully trust Yahweh Shem Shai, you're walking in only believing. And that's big time, man. Like, I can't stress that enough. That's big time, man. You got to receive it, man. What's being said here, 100%. Not just read over these scriptures, man. Receive it. From there, let's go to Matthew chapter 17, starting at verse 14. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man kneeling down to him, saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and so vexed. For oftentimes he falleth into the fire, and often into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Okay? This is the same story that's in Mark that I read. Okay? But I'm showing you once again how it's important. It's repeated because it's important, man. Okay? Verse 17. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? Same thing he said in Mark. How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very same hour. Then came the disciples of Yahushua apart and said, Why could not we cast him out? The same story, you know, give or take some different words here and there. Verse 20. And Yahushua said unto them, Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, he said, because of your unbelief. Now in Mark, he told them what? He said that demon, okay, can only come out by fasting and prayer. But in this part of the story, okay, in this chapter, he goes further and just says, because of your unbelief, meaning the disciples could have cast that demon out. Okay, let's read from 20 on top again. And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. But verily I say unto you, if you have the faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. Woo! It shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Man, the opportunity we have right here and right now, man, is special. The opportunity we have right here and right now is special. Okay? This is the way I want to walk every day. You know, I'm working at it every day, man, in the spirit, man, to perfect this way. Okay? To walk in perfection of this. Now, we know we in this flesh. Okay? So perfection, real perfection comes when Yahushua comes. But that's no excuse, man, to be better at this, man, to get on another level. There's room to get on another level even before Yahushua returns. We know every single person in this truth, man, ain't passionate and fervent in every single angle in the truth. But when it comes to faith, you know that it's impossible to please Yahweh Shem Shai without it. So chew on that. If it's impossible to please Yahweh Shem Shai without faith, what do you need to do moving forward? Examine yourselves, brothers. Examine yourselves. All right, from there, let's go to Luke chapter 7, starting at verse 7. Now, when he had ended all these sayings in the audience of the people, he entered into Capernaum, and a certain centurion servant who was dear unto him was sick and ready to die. And when he heard of Yahushua, he sent unto him the elders of the Jews, beseeching him that he would come and heal his servant. And when they came to Yahushua, they besought him instantly, saying that he was worthy for whom he should do this. For he loveth our nation, and he had built us a synagogue. Then Yahushua went with them, and when he was now not far from the house, the centurion sent friends to him, saying unto him, Lord, trouble not thyself, for I am not worthy thou shouldest enter under my roof. Wherefore neither thought I myself worthy to come unto thee, but say in a word, and my servant shall be healed. For I also am a man set under authority, having under me soldiers. And I say unto one, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. When Yahushua heard these things, he marveled at him, and turned him about, and said unto the people that followed him, I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And they that were sent, returning to the house, found the servant whole that had been sick. Right, man. So, want to go ahead and read that one too, because, man, at the end of the day, man, Yahweh Shem Shai has given us instructions on how to deal with them when it comes to faith and believing, man. And you got to come with it. You got to come with it, man, dealing with Yahweh Shem Shai, man. We're not in the world no more. We're dealing with the Ancient of Days and the first spirit created, man. Okay? Yahweh Shai, man, the mediator, the ultimate sacrifice. Okay? So we got to come serious, and we got to come on another level, and we got to do it with our actions moving forward on another level when it comes to faith. That's pleasing to Yahweh Shai. Abraham was called a friend of the Most High of Yahweh because of his faith. It was accounted to him unto righteousness. And we want it to be the same for us. So, hey, I hope all you out can really ate this lesson. Okay? Really meditate on this, man. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, to give me the spirit to do this video. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to your Akim out there that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.